podcast.
You have to just be willing to talk about these things, and you have to be willing to put it all on the table.
Learn firsthand from the power couple who's built a healthy relationship, from major and minor issues,
The good, the bad, the ugly,
to triumphs of the family unit.
In this day and age, you need somebody by your side.
Utilize proven techniques and strategies to help your relationship and family thrive to the next level.
you have to compromise.
This is the Family Dynamics Podcast with Kevin and Alicia Meeks.
Welcome to another episode of the Family Dynamics Podcast. We are in our home studio, and I know it's a bit of a switch. We're in different places, but hey, things has changed. It's a nice
Things
summer
have
day.
changed.
But hey, listen, we are in our home studio, and I am sitting next to my one and only beautiful wife, Alicia Meeks.
Hey, y'all, hey.
Hey, and look, we was with the times right now that it's summertime, kids out of school, and I've been seeing a lot of posts where, like, I guess the mother is sending the children now, and that they co-parent, they send the kids to the father's house, or maybe your arrangement is that you send your kids out of town. I know as a kid, my mother and my father used to send us to our grandfather's house in the summer because either they didn't have no child care or they just didn't want to deal with us. But I want to talk about Mother's Day versus Father's Day, because a lot of the times, to be honest, fathers do get the short end of the stick when it comes to, especially the co-parenting, right? Like, you get the short end of the stick as a father, because what happens is it becomes insignificant, right? In a lot of co-parenting situations, not everyone, because there are situations where the mother really fosters the relationship with the child, and they facilitate the change, right? Like, they facilitate it where everything is cool. Like, everything is cool, meaning that she allows time on Father's Day with the child, and it becomes this big thing on Father's Day where it's not that significant. Like I said, I know there's been times in my co-parenting situation where Father's Day wasn't that significant, and we are live on all platforms.
We're live on.
Yeah, we're live.
Okay.
We're live.
I don't see.
Thanks. So we're live, and share this out. Share this out. So what's happening is I wanted to just bring clarity to the holidays. Okay.
Yes, I was trying to. Sorry, people. I was trying to share it, but I can't. I can't find it. But I do feel that it's a big difference between Mother's Day and Father's Day. I don't know why that is. Maybe because Mama baby, Daddy maybe. It's more mothers. Well, it was. I can't speak for now because these times have changed. Okay. Back in the day, it was like a lot of mothers with the kids, mothers. And the dads, whether they was out working, bringing home the bacon, or whether they were just absentee fathers, whatever it was, the mother was the one who was with the kids more often than the father. So I think, like, from the past, we gave so much credit to the mom that it's just status quo. Like, every restaurant is booked. You got to book months in advance for the Mother's Day brunch. You have to book months in advance for the tea time with the mother at the Walnut Room downtown. Just whatever it is, you have to book in advance. But Father's Day, baby, the day of, you can find a seat. You can find a seat the day of. And it's sad because nowadays, a lot of fathers, like my husband, he has custody of his youngest son, our youngest son.
Right.
But, as y'all know, biologically, it's his youngest son, and he has custody. And it's a lot of fathers out here that is like that is taking excellent care of their children without the court system making them do so, and without the court system, bringing orders and all things like that. So with that being said, I don't know. What do you guys think? Why is it so different that Mother's Day is just jam Day versus Father's Day, and why is it so important on Mother's Day? And Father's Day is if I feel like it, kind of feel. Mother's Day is boom, boom, boom. We having this. What you do for mama, mama. But Father's Day,
And then they promote this this work for fathers, right? Like they promote this work for fathers, and it becomes annoying, right? Like give them a tie, give them some power tools, give them work to do.
I try not to do that.
Like as if we don't have work to do.
Because I don't want to set up pots for Mother's Day or my birthday. If we getting pots, let's just go today and get them. But don't make that my gift. I don't want that.
Right.
I never said I wanted no that.
And don't
I mean, yeah, I may need new pots in order to cook for us. But that's a us thing. That's not a Mother's Day gift. Don't give me no pots. Don't give me I can't do it.
And see, don't get me wrong. A lot of guys like me, I like little electronics, I like little power tools, but then it's like, give me work, give me something else. I mean,
but get the power tools on the off day.
Yeah, get that on the off day.
When I gave you that blower, it was for no apparent reason. He came home because I can't give him that for a birthday gift or a Christmas gift. I don't feel good with that. So I don't do those type of things because I try to lead the way I want to be treated.
Yeah.
But yeah, Father's Day is coming up. And how are you guys feeling about it? What do you guys think? Do you all have plans already? Have you planned in advance? Well, let me tell you about me.
Oh man, y'all really got to hear this.
Let me tell you about me. I don't know. As my sorority sister Crystal says, Alicia, you got so much on your mind. You got too much on your mind, Ship. That's what she said. Because on Friday, I was like, yeah, so what you doing this weekend? And she said something about a book club meeting on Sunday. And I was like, on Father's Day, you doing a book club meeting? And she is like, you got too much on your mind, Ship. And I'm like, what? She was like, Father's Day is not this Sunday. And I said, I don't know, girl. And all week I kept telling Kevin, like, I don't know what to give my daddy. I'm trying to think of what am I going to give my daddy. But Kevin ain't say nothing. He just look at me. He ain't give me no suggestions. He just looked at me, but he didn't say, like, I don't know what I was expecting him to say. But I was basically saying, like, it's this weekend. I don't got nothing for my daddy yet. Like, what should I give my daddy? And so I had reservations for us. I was about to give Kevin his gift because I already have the gift. Because you know what? I don't like waiting till the last minute because I don't want nobody waiting till the last minute on me. How long we knew Father's Day coming?
12 months.
I've been bought the gift. It's somewhere in this house that he can't find. But I've been made the reservations. I don't wait till the last minute. I mean, we all know that I'm a planner, but prior to becoming a planner, I don't want you on the day of my birthday running out to the store, getting a card. How long you knew when my birthday was? When was you going to plan something? Like, in advance. So I don't do that to anybody. I try to treat people the way I want to be treated. So Father's Day, I just knew it was before my birthday. My birthday, June 25th. I'm celebrating, accepting cash apps all year long, all month long. Spoiled Wives Club, cash app me if you want to bless me. But nevertheless, I knew it was before my birthday. I ain't know exactly the date, so they say it's on the 20th.
Yeah, I'm talking about a total. Like I'm like, we going to have reservations for Father's Day yesterday.
So we did that. So just remember on the 20th, we had reservations.
So we 2 weeks early. So I got my reservation yesterday. My Father's Day dinner yesterday.
You did. And I don't know if I'm ever.
See what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying about Father's and Mother's Day. We got to be on point. I get my gift on 2 weeks in advance.
But guess what? It's better early than late. Who wants something late? I'd rather you take care of me early than late. That means I'm thinking about you.
Yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna take that up too. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that.
I'm a karate chop.
I'm gonna give early.
I'll take it. What's up?
Early, and then you wake up. Well, did you remember 2 weeks ago?
Uh-huh. But I'm not doing that to you. That's why I didn't give you the gift. You're gonna get something on the day. You're just not getting it all at one time now.
Did
you enjoy your day?
Oh, it was dope.
Was the dinner
great.
good?
Dinner was great.
Okay.
The moral of the story is that Mother's Day and Father's Day, especially when you have children outside of the home,
it's difficult.
like it's definitely overshadowed. Like Father's Day is overshadowed. I mean, Mother's Day overshadows Father's Day, and it's not as significant. Now, I will be honest, for a lot of fathers, we have a small snippet of a part to play with that, because if you are an absentee father, then I think that it's a little disheartening. I think it's a little disrespectful to expect something or expect this grandiose thing when you have lacked your position as a father. Like, and I'm not saying like you're the worst person in the world, but come on, guys. If you know, don't come on Father's Day and expect this grandiose gestures and these affirmations, and you have not done the work throughout the year or years. Like, that's fake. Like, you know, we taking these photos on Instagram and Facebook. Let me take a photo. I have my kids on Father's Day. You know, I just don't do. Now I will, but I'm just saying I don't do that because I want my kids to feel my presence on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis. And I think we have a small part to play in that. But one thing that a sitting court judge told me, because I've been in court since I was 17 for child support, family court. And the one thing that the judge told me was that a mother should always have her children on Mother's Day, and a father should have their children on Father's Day. It should not be contingent on what he does or don't do. It's the smallest thing that a father can get, a smallest things a mother can get, is to have a day with their kids or have Mother's Day, be able to celebrate Mother's Day or Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
There's a moral standard to that he's right, but at the same, morally, it's like, I'm not saying skip out on celebrating your day as a father, but on those days, let's take a census of, man, how have I been all year long? Have I stressed?
Do I deserve something today?
Right.
And that goes in grandiose or not so good. Sure. Like, I've been a super mom and I want to be celebrated as such. So if you've not been a super mom, if you haven't been a present dad, you should have zero expectations. And whatever you get is a cherry on top. That's how I'm saying. Because if you are not involved,
right.
And when I say involved, I'm not even talking about child support. Do you know what grades your child got on their last report card? Do the teacher know you?
Right.
I'm not talking about the aide that is at the front door when you're picking them up from school and probably late. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the teacher. I'm talking about the therapist at the school, the nurse, the principal.
Correct.
Do they know you? Ask yourself these questions. These are the bare minimum.
Correct.
The bare minimum. Do you know who your son or daughter's best friend is? Do you know what happened this week?
Right.
Are you aware of where your child is academically?
Correct.
In their health? Did you take them to the dentist? Make their last doctor's appointment?
Right.
Those things. Those are little.
And it's crazy, you know, just to, you know, piggyback off the school portion, the teachers really pay attention to that.
They do.
They pay attention to it. We've gotten so many accolades, and we've gotten so many promptings like, man, we really see you guys are really active. We know, we see you guys are really working. We see you guys are really vested in your child's growth and education.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we see it.
And not just with the middle school. Xavier University. I was
Yeah.
just on the Zoom with the parents club. Yes, my baby is about to be a sophomore in college, and I'm on the PTA or whatever they want to call it. But I was just on Zoom this week, and we planning homecoming and registration for back to the dorms or whatever they want to call it. But you have to be involved.
Yeah.
You do that. They sent that thing out to, here we go. They sent the email to the entire Xavier parent email list. So that's thousands. It was less than 10 of us.
Yeah.
On the Zoom. Less than 10. I mean, I'm just saying, my parenting didn't stop when she graduated, went to high school. I mean, when she graduated from high school. So we all have to be involved. And so as he's saying about Mother's Day and Father's Day, on both of them, your expectations should match your actions all year long.
Yeah, your expectations got to match. And let's be clear, when it comes to being a co-parent, these schools are not oblivious to your situation. They understand, they see it, but they also watching to see who's taking the dominance, who is active in this child life, because it's a aha, like we understand where your children are based off the activity or the readiness of the parents. You're late dropping them, picking them up. You're not at the parent meetings or you're not in the, they got these meetings where it's specific to your child, not just the meetings where everybody gather. And no, it's those specific meetings for where your child is and where gonna be, and you're not active, you're not there.
You're there and you're not interacting.
And you're not interacting.
And you're not active and stating your concerns.
Correct.
Or you never have any concerns.
Yeah.
That's just like at a job interview. They always ask you at the end and they are looking for you to have a question. You should have a question. Because this is something new. This is something important. You should have one question at a job interview, at least minimally. You can never leave. That's a tip for whoever. If you have a job interview, at the end, they're going to say, have any questions for us? Yes. So what is the reason why the last person may have quit? I want to know things like that. So anyway, in regards to children, they want to see your input. Yeah. They want to see you bring up something. Because recently for our son, I didn't agree with something. I called the principal. Hello, may I speak to the principal? Well, how can we help you, Ms. Meese? I want to just talk to the principal. I just don't, I don't agree with what's going on here. And I know so-and-so said whatever. But we're going to stop and point out a comment because we like y'all interacting with us. Say what you want to say. We're going to say it live. Sonia Harris said, great point. Do you know what size shoes?
Man, that's on the real.
They wear. Do you help with homework? Or do they come to your house and you're leaving in the book bag?
Yeah.
And you don't even check the book bag. And then they go back to the other parent house and get homework on that next time they go. Yeah, that's all important. And that's facts. Not even just the shoe size. Do you know what size clothes they wear?
Right. Because, I grew up in a single parent home where I can't lie. My father left a lot of the strain of us growing up as young men on my mother.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure he had an expectation of Father's Day. He wanted to be acknowledged. But to be honest, during the weeks and during the months and during the year, you don't know the issues that my mother is going through raising two big boys. Mm-hmm. You don't know that. But now here you come on the Father's Day and now you want whatever. Now, I understand being a father, like it doesn't change that I'm a father, that you can't change that. And it's not transactional. If I do this, I deserve this.
Right.
I'm still your father, whether you like the way I conduct myself or not. But as integrity of self, I wouldn't expect much if I know I'm not putting in much. Do I know, like you said, do I know the suicides? Do I know the teachers? Do I know the age? Do I know the principal? Am I making myself present in this child's life so that we can combat this whole, Mother's Day and Father's Day deal?
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong, the tide has changed. And there's a lot of mothers that's turning, the opposite direction. They going to have hot girl summer, and they taking a mother role and putting it on the shelf. Like, I'm gonna come back to it. So it's not just fathers that's having the issues. I mean, statistically, it's been a lot of fathers that's been absentee, but the tide has been changing to where a lot of mothers are, passing the buck on to the father and saying, that's your responsibility. And that's some of our stories right now with our situation as co-parent. And I thank God for my wife that she steps in as his mother and his bonus mother. Like, I care enough about you. And that's when Mother's Day for bonus moms and fathers need to be recognized.
Oh, let's talk about it. Did you know? I didn't even know. I've been a bonus mom for 7 years. And recently, due to the Family Dynamics podcast, I am now involved in different circles than what I usually have been involved in. And those circles consist of stepmoms, blended and Black families, or just blended families. And the Sunday after Mother's Day is Stepmother's Day. I had no clue.
I didn't know that either.
The Sunday after Mother's Day, because they say, I just learned this year, but the Sunday after Mother's Day is Stepmother's Day, because on Mother's Day, the children always want to give their biological the praise and worship. And even if their biological don't deserve the praise and worship, they want to give them the praise and worship because that's my mom. So they made the next weekend, that next Sunday, about the stepmom, the bonus mom, who may be more of a mom than the real mom. Okay. Right. And so I just learned that this year. So I just wanted to let y'all know, in case y'all, because I just learned that this year.
Yeah, I didn't know nothing about stepmom the next day or whatever.
The next week.
The next Sunday. I mean, I really, I mean, that's cool. I think it needs to be a thing, but I don't like that it's the after effect of it all. I mean, maybe just because it's my experience that, bonus parents have, if not more, responsibility, and they take on a lot more because they have uphill battles, and we have uphill battles that the biological parents don't have to deal with. Like, we're fighting for respect, and we're fighting for this autonomy, this transparency, this openness alongside the teaching. And that's the thing with being a co-parent. Like, it's constant because the kids, some type of way, they jump in and out of understanding. Like, you're not my mom, you're not my dad, but then want this and want that. So it's I think that it needs to be meshed together or something. I don't like it's like almost like a side chick next day. Like, I don't think I like that. I like the fact that they're getting recognized.
But if you think about it, how could it be at the same time? Because on Mother's Day, like, what, you gonna split the day up, and then that biological parent?
I think that's when, like, it needs to be between both mothers. Like, there's an understanding. But I'm saying, I know realistically that's what I would like. I would like, but I'm saying, if you got a person that's if I have someone that's taking care of my son and doing a great job at it, I want to call him and wish him a happy Father's Day and thank you. Hey man, appreciate you. And I'm not saying that in a space where I'm not there. I'm saying, hey man, thanks, because you taking care of my greatest investment, my legacy. Like, you're helping us grow my son up.
The alternative father,
you know what I'm
and
saying?
The alternative mother should do that, because deep down in your heart you ain't did no homework. Right. Deep down in your heart you ain't went to no doctor's appointment, dentist appointment, right, or nothing else. Right. So who's doing it? And it's okay if my daughter's stepmom was doing something grandiose for her. If I wasn't carrying my weight, but we all know I am. But if she did something grandiose for my child, I would thank her. Like, thank you. I mean, let's just call a thing a thing.
But I'm not just
You've
saying
been there.
grandiose. I'm saying like you.
No, I'm saying has been hands on.
Oh, okay,
has
yeah.
been. I'm not saying bought her a car or nothing. I'm saying if I know that the stepmother of my daughter has been really putting in time and really monumental, I'll buy a gift.
Oh yeah.
That's just who I am.
Oh yeah.
I would buy her a gift. Like, Amaya, make sure you give your stepmom something if she is due that.
Right.
Because a title doesn't give you
Sure.
the mandatory need for recognition just
Sure.
because you have that
Absolutely.
title.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That carte blanche. That
just because I have this title, even of mother, father, stepmother, stepfather, grandparents' day. I don't know, but no title to me is just automatically given if you're not fulfilling that role.
I agree with that.
And I say that to the fullest. I'm not calling nobody mom. I'm not saying happy Mother's Day or happy Grandparents' Day if you're not acting in that capacity.
Correct.
So what would be my point of saying it to you?
Right.
Just because it's the day? No, these days should actually mean something.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, if that alternative parent is aware that the bonus parent is really have a good relationship with their child, or even if they don't have a good relationship, they taking care of them real good, go ahead, give them the acknowledgement.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And to just as because I know somebody have a problem. I'm the father. I'm the mother. Listen, they gave Martin Luther King, the President's Day. They gave all of these different holidays throughout the year because these people exuded some type of excellence or some type of whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Why should we stop because your father or your mother and you're not acting in that capacity? Martin Luther King, he put his life on the line for, all of the African Americans and for a movement and this and that. And they gave him a holiday during the year. Mm-hmm. What are you doing as a father throughout the year? What are you doing as a mother throughout this year or out the years to parent in a certain way?
And it doesn't have to be negative. It doesn't have to be negative. Like, use Mother's Day and Father's Day to self-eval.
Yeah.
Take a hard look, a hard, honest look at yourself.
Yeah, I'm with that.
What type of parent have I been this year?
Right.
What all basketball games and cheer competitions have I made it to? Or do I got excuse after excuse after excuse? What have I imparted in my child? Like, ask yourself, have I given my child any type of morals and values? Have I taught them something worth knowing other than some rap lyrics or a video game? Like, what have you imparted in this child this year? Like, just a self-eval, like, how can I be better? And then try to be better. It's always a chance to turn it around and say, next year, I'm going to deserve this gift that I just got. Because I honestly don't even deserve it this year. But next year, I am going to deserve it because I'm going to do better throughout the year this year.
But there's a lot of fathers and mothers that feel like, they feel like they doing their best, and you only can judge a person by their experience, right?
No.
Like, if you don't have that in you to be, so I mean,
parent?
No, I'm not the parent. I'm just saying, because a lot of people don't fall into parenting like to where it was some planned thing. It's just something that happened.
Okay.
And now you evaluating yourself. Oh, I did good because I bought my kids clothes and Jordans and stuff like that. And that's the height of your thought process.
That's the height of pathetic.
But I'm saying that's where they lay.
Happy about buying some gym shoes.
But I'm saying some people look, when I went to court, when I was going to court, the judge would not look at these men receipts.
Ooh, yes.
They would not look at these men receipts.
I was there. This man brought a whole box of receipts. He probably went to all his family members and said, give me receipts from your kids so you went to McDonald's or this and that. And he brung it up to the judge and was like, oh, look, all of this. And the judge was like, I'm not looking at that.
Right.
You can buy stuff for your child.
Right. Yeah. I was.
That's not child support.
Yeah.
Child support is giving that parent who has that child for that amount of time, because that child is with that other parent primarily.
Right.
That parent has to put their time, energy, resources into that child when you're not there. So you're seeing the kid 3 weekends a month, 6 days out of the month, every other weekend, 4 days a month, doesn't count, it doesn't weigh up to what the primary parent is doing.
Correct.
And so he wasn't looking at them receipts. He was like, no, I bad stuff for my kids. So what? Like, I'm not looking at these receipts. That doesn't take away from you having to pay child support.
Yep.
Child support is to that parent.
Yep.
And so, like, for me, I just feel like no one should ever have a problem paying me child support, because they know that the money I spend on my child exceeds and exudes in the time spent and the things imparted exude any dollar amount that you can
But
get.
that's what I'm saying. Me and you talked about this, and some people don't feel like some things that you do is important because their mental capacity isn't that. Like, they don't see the importance of extracurricular activities. They don't see the importance of putting social gatherings or stuff like that in place. The height of their experience is going playing outside, having the flyers clothes on. That's the height of their experience. And now that their kids are draped up and dripped back, they can't perform in the classroom. They can't perform in other social settings. And now you got mass shootings in Chicago right now because they don't know how to socially interact, to communicate their feelings, because you're not allowing them to, whatever it is, they don't have that mental capacity. No, a man should be happy to pay you child support because the way you taking care of your child right now, our daughter now is in one of the top medical schools in the country right now. That didn't come from just waking up, putting on some, Christian Dior and Jordans and stuff like that. That came from fostering the child. And just to go back to what I said, the judge looked at this man's box and said, you still have a financial responsibility to the child. I don't want to look at none of those receipts.
Because you can buy your child stuff. It's okay. It's your child. Okay, you took them to Chuck E. Cheese.
That's what you're supposed to do.
You bought them some extra clothes.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Because the parent that is primarily responsible for the child, and the child lives in their home, we don't have a dollar amount a month.
Right. Man.
We have, they need it.
You got to get it.
Period. So the way I look at it is, okay, you're the outside parent. Let's just do $500 a month divided by equals per day. Is that enough to take care of this child? Is that per day actually, so that's a per diem.
Right.
Is that actually handling your child's expense for that whole day? Like as water, gas, food, clothing, shelter, because the roof counts too. Right. So is that amount that you're giving per day, and it doesn't even account to the amount of time and energy and reprimanding and what we have to do, sit down with the kids and do the homework. It doesn't even equate to that. So, I just never really understood that child support thing is a really...
It's big, because I remember one time, and I'm just being transparent with you guys. I remember one time our son went to the doctor and he had to have some medicine, because you go to the doctor, they're going to give you a prescription for whatever it is to cure whatever it is. And I called my baby mama, and the response was, what's up with the insurance? Like, why is it ain't covering? Now, one thing, so I'm gonna say that
the insurance premium every month, boo?
Like, one thing, you're not paying the insurance premium. I'm paying it. We paying it. And also, I don't, that was an expense that was dropped upon us instantly. We don't have time to figure it.
A prescription that isn't covered.
It is
under the insurance. It can be an expense that isn't covered under the insurance, and boom, $500 for that one tube of lotion, ointment, and
Whatever it
cream,
is.
whatever it is. And so then the child needs it, right? And then that other parent don't give a nickel or dime. So what we got to do? The child needs it.
The child need it.
That's it. We don't have a choice. So whatever got to be laid, or whatever got to wait, and whatever noodles we might have to eat, that's what has to happen. Because
Right.
if the child stays sick, how many days off of work do we have? You know what I'm saying? So it's like we don't have a choice. But the person on the outside gets to pick and choose what part of parenting they want to do.
Yeah, see, that's what we was going back to saying, Father's Day versus Mother's Day. And Mother's Day, like, assess yourself. Assess yourself and do a census of, do I deserve this? Not for what you think, like throughout this year, what has happened?
Not for the shoes and clothes and the earring in the ear. What have you done to be a parent? So that's what it's amazing. And it's whether it's a mother or a father, we can all have some self-evaluation. Even if you're a good mom, I evaluate myself, like, what could I do differently?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
What could I have done better?
Absolutely.
And I can make a few changes along the way. Even though we got adult children too, we may handle them differently. Whatever it may be. So it is a big difference between Mother's Day and Father's Day. Unfortunately, that's just what it is.
It's a big difference.
And
I don't think it's changing. I don't think it's going to
change.
It's not going to change no time soon. I guess you're just gonna have to, take your flower. Like I see more fathers getting more recognition as the years pass and go on. I'm seeing I'm seeing the difference, and I mean, I'm talking about just with children, period. Like, I'm seeing the difference with, our oldest son to me now. I'm seeing, I don't care about the day. I'm caring about you recognizing, like, man, like I think that I care more about that you come to me with issues for me to solve, or you want information from me. Like, that's a Father's Day for me.
Yeah.
That day, like, I feel like this is my moment to impart and instill and teach in this moment, that you came to me with a situation, not so much for me to fix, but you value my input,
opinion.
You value my opinion in that. And I know someone had a question. Well, how do you deal with a co-parent that is not on one accord with you when it comes to financial obligation? You have to do what we do. I'm sorry that this happens, because you can have court orders in place, you can have parenting agreement in place.
It's just extra.
You just have to set yourself up to where you can handle it.
That's it.
That's the sad truth.
Because expectations lead to disappointment.
Absolutely.
When you expect someone to be the type of parent that you want them to be, when you expect someone to give the type of support that you would want to give if the shoe was on the other foot, and then that doesn't happen, you're disappointed. And you may even be mad. You may even be angry. It took some years to get to that point. It took some years to get there. But ultimately, that's what I had to do just to keep my sanity. You know what? I'm not even worried. If something comes, it's extra.
But I know it still bothers you, and it still bothers me, and it's still going to bother you when those situations comes up and you can't believe 7, 10, 5 years, you still not on one accord, and it doesn't still compute with you that this child needs, or we have to work together. Like, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't change, because my baby is an adult now. She'll be 19. And it just stayed the same the whole time. And it just is what it is. You just got to thank God that you were in a position to handle things, and it didn't break you. It didn't break me. It didn't break me. It taught me some things. It helped make me, but it did not break me.
Because once again, just giving her flowers now. Before, I'm 7 years in this marriage. Our daughter is 18. She'll be 19 this year. So I have 7 years in this marriage. But before then, she's been doing this and co-parenting, doing most of the work by herself. Is that now her child is in an HBCU. Our daughter's in an HBCU, one of the top medical schools. I've told you guys this before. And if she had gave up because this person or the father didn't want to, would she have this today? Will we have our child now my child that I bring to the marriage, look at where he is today. And look where look at the progression, and look at, like, if we give up. And that's what I'm trying to get, and trying to motivate the opposite parent that is like, I can't keep doing this. Why aren't you constantly going to the well trying to see if this person?
What about this? What if, like, if you're that alternative parent that's not really involved, think about it as this. What if I, the primary parent, decided to pull a you? Like, you the kicking it dad. You're always everywhere and not with the child. What if I have a choice too? I can be a deadbeat mom. What if I choose to be at the club 6 nights a week too, and push the kid off on whoever, or leave them home alone? Just whatever I decide to do. What if where does that leave our child? What if I didn't attend teacher parent conference too? What if I didn't go to the cheer competitions? What if I didn't do all the things you're not doing? Where would that leave our child?
If I pulled a you in our child's life too.
Boom. That's it. We can end on that.
Man. Hey, look, we thank y'all for another episode of the Family Dynamics. These are the topics we talk about. This is real life. We can't give you no cookie cutter. We living it. We ain't surpassed it. We actually living this life as co-parents and dealing with it. My wife has been an excellent addition to our life and to my son's life. And I know I've been a great addition to my daughter, our daughter's life. And I continue that. And we both have to pat each other on the back, fan each other's flame when we are flaming about our silent expectations, like, because it doesn't make any sense. So, hey, man, we appreciate you guys. Please like and share this out, man, with somebody that you may need this, or just save it, man. Really comment, give us a comment. What do you think?
Give us your opinion. What you think about everything. Like, as we're speaking, you guys can comment. You can afterwards, after you've listened to the podcast, give us a thumbs up, put a thumb down, whatever you want to do. But I hope, this is beneficial. I mean, these are just candid conversations that we're having with each other. We're not scripted. We're just on here. Like, we pick a topic right when it's doing the countdown.
Like, we literally just sat down and said what we were going to talk about, and it just started flowing.
That's it.
So we thank y'all. This is another episode of the Family Dynamics, and we'll see y'all in a minute.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Family Dynamics Podcast with Kevin and Alicia Meeks.
Thank you, guys.
Please like, subscribe, and comment. And don't forget to follow us on social media at The Family Dynamics.
We'll see y'all in a minute.
Bye.